Hello, it's Jang here with UNSC Blizzard Squad, a Mega Construx Halo figure pack that is derived from the most recent of mainline Halo games, the real-time strategy Halo Wars 2. The set comes with 4 figures. One of them is just a regular Marine. 2 of them are identical Cryo Troopers, which are basically reskinned Hellbringers with a little bit different effect. A turret, that's a Cryo turret, and then 1 Marine officer. Let's start off by looking at those Cryo Troopers, though, the big ones. Since these are identical, if you see one, you've seen them both. You get the black-colored flamethrower piece there, just a plain black, no metallic shine to it, no glitter or anything. And then for the replacement color for the flame that was done on the Hellbringers, instead they've got a marbling between a nice translucent, kind of frosty-looking light blue and more regular blue, just a little bit of that regular blue. And that'll vary from unit to unit. You know, no two will be absolutely identical in how they get marbled up with the 2 materials or 2 colors mixed together. You also get marbling for the cryo tanks on the back. 2 pieces are used for each of those tanks, and you can see the pattern in there just a little bit better. Those are actually strangely a little bit loose, I found, at least on the ones that I got. That may be a little bit of a production error there. Fortunately, they don't fall out too easily, but that is just something that I did want to point out. It's not the best construction there. Normally they are better on the Hellbringers that I've gotten up to this point. For the main figure, for its armor, they stuck to a mostly white and gunmetal gray color scheme. There's a little bit of variation in there. You also get the black color for the gloves and for the belt, or the belt insert, and metallic blue for the visor. In game, you'd actually get the team color that would spill into these, so a lot of the parts would be in, you know, a red or a blue or purple or whatever. I think it was definitely a correct decision here to go with a white team sort of look, so that it just looks a little bit more believable outside of a match in game, so it makes them look more like they are right from in universe and not from a simulation or something. I think, yeah, overall this looks pretty good. The edges around the visor could have been a little bit better, you know, a little bit more crisp. And also, I think the main problem with this design for a figure is that the head is not able to turn very much. There's just not a lot of range of motion in there. It just doesn't have a lot of room to move. That's about as far as you can turn. I think you can kind of get it to shift to one side, and you can turn it a little bit more than that. Just a little bit. Let's see. That's about it right there. You know, so it's really tilting the head over. That's the main limitation. Otherwise, everything else is pretty standard. This regular Marine, to me, looks really good, especially the head. I mean, you look at it this close at high resolution, and you can see a little bit of blemish, but in person, nah, that looks very, very nice, very clean. The colors are good on the head, and they just went with the same color scheme as the troopers for everything else. This one has a DMR in a speckled metallic gunmetal gray, same color used for some of the armor add-on pieces here. Yeah, this is just a really good looking figure. Got that extra pouch on the right leg there. I like it. Seems very massable to me. I will point out that they only include 3 of these bases that you see to hold them up in this set. So unless one of your figures in this set is manning the turret, then one of them is going to be just standing on his own. I personally really like collecting officer figures. They're just relatively rare, and I don't know, they just seem valuable to me personally as a Halo fan and as a fan of Mega Construx micro action figures. This one looks pretty good, but I think it actually looks better on camera here, in this case, than it does in person. In person, the eyes look a little bit more dead. I think just straight on like this, it's really, really good, and that's a very good sculpt for that head as well. But in person, using just the holes for the eyes from most angles, to me, doesn't work out quite as well. But that does feel like a little bit of a nitpick. Otherwise, everything is done pretty well. Yeah, no complaints here. Assault rifle, again in the gunmetal gray with the metallic specks in it. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to see with this one. Nothing else too special. I'm glad to get it. Last up is this cryo turret, which is able to actually fire out a projectile. So they're using the same style of projectile that they've been using for a while now, and those are marbled themselves, so not just a single color, similar to the couple of pieces that you see there in the light blue. For the canister off to the side, we've got the relatively flexible hose. It's not as stiff as it used to be years ago, so it's not a pain to hook that up, and you still get some range of motion, so you can rotate this around without disconnecting it, and you can also angle it up and down. Some people don't like these turrets, just the way that they're designed, with the action feature built in. The trigger mechanism is back here. I personally think that the thing looks good whether it has an action feature built into it or not. I feel like the action feature does not detract anything here. Personally, it's just well enough integrated. I think that this thing looks realistic enough. There's enough of a building experience involved with putting it together for its size and its overall complexity. So just no complaints from me. I think that this is a good side addition to this set. And that's it for this one. So just a very wholesome, basic figure pack. You know, nothing too special. Definitely nothing done particularly badly here, I think. The worst thing is just the lack of articulation for the Cryo Trooper heads. Other than that, I think this was well done. Really couldn't ask for anything particularly more from it. So on that note, I will move on to the next thing and talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.